I welcome you all in the next video tutorial of chromatography. So in this video, we are going to cover an important chromatographic technique, that is the TLC, thin layer chromatography. So I am again requesting you to please go by all the previous videos and only watch this video after the revision of all the previous video. Previous video means video number 1 basic introduction chromatography, video number 2 again basic introduction chromatography, video number 3 is of adsorption, video number 4 is of partition, and video number 5 is of your the classification of the chromatography. Okay, so let's start. The TLC, that stands for the thin layer chromatography, and as you can see, there are most commonly two forms of TLC exist. We have already covered this. Yes, normal phase and reversed phase TLC. Say this, what do you mean by normal phase TLC? Yes, for chromatography you need two things. What is first? Yes, stationary phase, and second is the mobile phase. And we know in case of normal phase TLC, what happened in case of normal phase chromatography or TLC? Stationary phase is polar, whereas mobile phase is, yes, non-polar. And what is reverse phase TLC or reverse phase chromatography? Stationary phase is equal to non-polar, and whereas mobile phase is equal to polar compound. So let's see here. Normal phase chromatography, in case of TLC, is a terminology used when the stationary phase is polar, and the most common stationary phase in case of TLC we are using in our lab also, that is the silica gel. We can say silica gel of different types, like in case of normal preparative TLC we use silica gel G, where G stands from gypsum. This is a G of silica gel. Gypsum means calcium sulfate dot 2 molecules of water. This is used as a binder in silica gel in case of TLC, that is thin layer chromatography. Okay, and the mobile phase is the organic solvent like chloroform, use hexane, pet ether. I hope you have idea about the polarity index. We have already covered this point, na? So please go by the video of polarity also. Now please see this reverse phase TLC, in which stationary phase is C18, that is the non-polar stationary phase, and the mobile phase is somewhat polar like water. Okay, so more polar than the stationary phase. So this is the reverse phase. And reverse phase silica plates are very costly also. I have already told you this thing. Please see this photograph. So TLC plate look like this, but this is a TLC plate that is coated with alumina. In our laboratory, we generally use the glass coated TLC plate. We have a glass is there, and we will have to prepare a slurry of the silica gel G, and we will spread it into the plate. We will see how this stationary phase is prepared in the laboratory. Okay, first of all, see this. This is the preparative. This is basically the analytical grade TLC plate for the reverse phase silica, and in this C18 bonded silica is used. So let's see, thin layer chromatography is used to separate mixture of substances into their components, and we use different type of stationary phases, and I hope you remember stationary phases, particularly in case of TLC, is also known as adsorbents. So there are different type of adsorbents that we are using in the TLC, like silica gel G, yes, it is adsorbent. Aluminum oxide, yes, it is adsorbent. Okay, so what happened? A layer of one of these adsorbent is made, and it was prepared in the form of slurry. Okay, and slurry is spread on the TLC plate. Like in this way, we will also do, there are different method of spreading, pouring or dipping, etc. So this is the slurry of silica gel G, powder is prepared and it was spread on the this plate. So basically TLC plate are of different sizes. This is the small sized TLC plate, that is the of the microscopic, that is the microscopic slide. Okay, so first see, before going to the procedure, please see the principle. So it is based on the principle of adsorption. So what happened? Please see this, the component means the sample you have taken, the mixture. Okay, the mixture contain, yes, the mixture contain different type of compounds. They might be polar, they might be non-polar. Okay, so what happened? The components which have more affinity towards the stationary phase travel slower. Why? Because stationary phase has nature of stationary, of being static, of being fixed, so it will remain slow. Whereas the components that is present in the mixture have lesser affinity towards stationary phase, or we can say have greater affinity towards the mobile phase, will move faster because mobile phase has a tendency to move. And we know, yes, we know in case of TLC stationary phase is polar, and whereas in case of TLC, yes, again mobile phase is non-polar. So we can say that the compounds which have greater affinity towards stationary phase are somewhat polar in their nature, whereas the compounds which have greater affinity towards the mobile phase are less polar, or we can say non-polar, because in TLC we use non-polar mobile phase. Okay, I think this is clear. So let's see the steps in TLC. So we need the apparatus. Yes, there are different type of apparatuses we use in TLC. Yes, we need, yes, for chromatography we need stationary phase, mobile phase, yes, sample, and we will develop the plate. What is the plate? TLC plate, and it is also of different types. And last is the detection, and we use different detection method for the analysis. So first of all, we have to decide, we have to use a normal phase or reverse phase chromatography, or reverse phase or normal phase TLC. So first of all, selection is there. Second is we have to prepare a plate using a proper sorbent or adsorbent like silica gel G. As I have told you, first of all we will take a silica gel G. सबसे पहले हम सिलिका जेल जी लेंगे जिसे हमने एडसोर्बेंट कहा है. Okay, and we will prepare a slurry. We will prepare a slurry of that particular silica gel G in a particular solvent, like for example we can prepare slurry in the water. After preparation of this slurry, we will pour the slurry in the plate like this. Just see here. Yes, we will prepare a slurry and we will pour the slurry in this plate. Okay, so this is the glass slide coated with the silica gel G slurry. Always remember this thing. These are the, yes, these are also the TLC plates, but these are bit costly, and these are alumina coated TLC plates, whereas we use in our lab we will use these type of glass TLC plate of different size. So what is the difference between these glass plates or these pre-coated plates? Yes, in pre-coated plates we don't have to prepare the slurry of the TLC, but in the laboratory these are the glass plate, so we have to prepare the slurry of the sample, means we have to prepare the stationary phase. Okay, but in this type of TLC, that is the pre-coated, these are very costly also in comparison to this. So in this we don't have to prepare the stationary phase, this is the already prepared stationary phase. Whereas in these type of plates, that means the glass plates, we have to prepare the slurry of the adsorbent, that is the stationary phase, and we have to spread a particular layer, a thin layer onto this glass plate. Okay, I think this is clear. And for preparation of the glass plate, there are different methods like pouring, dipping, spraying and spreading. Okay, we just pour the sample, we also dip, we just use a spray, or you can use a spreader. In our laboratory we have a spreader. I will definitely going to show you in the practical demonstration of this practical in the lab. Okay, so we use spreader also. Please saw this and tell me, what is this method? It is pouring? No. What is this? It is dipping? No. It is spreading? No. What is this? Yes, it is a pouring. Yes, it is a pouring method. Okay. Please see this. These all are images of pouring. Pouring a liquid. Yes, this is dipping. And yes, this is the spreader. This is the spreader. Okay. This is a spreader. And with the help of this spreader, we can prepare the TLC plate. Basically, we will put our slurry here and we will spread this onto the TLC plate. This is the TLC plates. Okay. Suppose if we apply the spreader in this way, look at this direction of the application of the movement. So yes, spreader is moved in this way, and here coating of the silica is done on this glass uncoated plates. I think this is clear. So these are uncoated plates. So when we move the sample in the spreader in this way, in this direction, then what will happen? It will start coating and particular thin layer is produced. So See you in the next video. Please see acknowledgement. I welcome you all in the part 2 of the TLC video lecture. So far we have covered how different type of requirements of the TLC. So in this video, so I'm again requesting you, please watch part 1 of the TLC video, and after that watch this video. Otherwise you will not able to clear any doubts. Okay, so we have covered the glass plate. So there are different type of TLC plates available. They are different shape and size according to the sample. So microscopic glass slides are also used. Microscopic slides are also used. Okay. So preparation and activation of the TLC. This is important. Preparation and activation. Preparation is different and activation is different. So what are the preparation method? We have already covered: pouring, dipping, spraying and spreading method. This is also used in our laboratory. So this is the methods. Pouring method. Here in this way this plate is formed. Now what happened? As we have done, this is the slurry and we have prepared this slurry in water. Suppose I say in Hindi, सबसे पहले TLC के लिए हम एक एड्सॉर्बेंट लेंगे जिसे हमने स्टेशनरी फेज भी कहा है. उस एड्सॉर्बेंट को अगर हमें लैब में TLC प्लेट्स बनानी है इन ग्लास प्लेट्स के ऊपर, उस केस में हमें TLC जो सिलिका जेल जी है उसकी स्लरी बनाने पड़ेगी एक पर्टिकुलर सॉल्वेंट में. तो हम क्या करेंगे, सबसे पहले सिलिका जेल जी लेंगे एक पर्टिकुलर क्वांटिटी में, सपोज 50 ग्राम. उसको हम एक पर्टिकुलर बिकर या पर्टिकुलर कॉनिकल फ्लास्क में डालकर उसमें 1:2 रेशो, सपोज हमने 50 ग्राम सिलिका जेल जी लिया है, वी विल ऐड, उसमें हम 2 टाइम्स 100 ml वाटर ऐड करके एक्सटेंसिवली शेक करेंगे ताकि स्लरी बन जाए. डोंट वरी, आई विल शो यू इन द प्रैक्टिकल ऑल्सो दिस वन. ओके, स्लरी बनाने के बाद हम अपनी ग्लास प्लेट पे उसको स्प्रेड कर देंगे. स्प्रेड करने के डिफरेंट मेथड्स हैं, प्लेट बनाने के डिफरेंट मेथड्स हैं, जैसे पोर कर सकते हैं, डिपिंग, स्प्रेडिंग एंड ऑल्सो स्प्रेइंग. ओके, उसके बाद क्या करेंगे, जस्ट हियर इस वक्त हमारी प्लेट वेट है तो हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा, अपनी प्लेट को वी हैव टू ड्राई आवर TLC प्लेट, only then we will able to apply any sample here. So what is the process? It is known as the activation of TLC plate. We will put this plate in the oven, and normally here it is written that air drying 5 to 10 minutes, and after air drying we will activate the plate in the oven for 100 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes, and in general we also consider 120 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. Okay, so it will also depend upon the solvent we are using to make this slurry. Suppose if we are using water, yes, we require this temperature, but if we are using any organic solvent like chloroform, we don't have to go for this particular range. Okay, what is the aim of activation? Is to dry the TLC plate. So first of all we will prepare the TLC plate in this way, and then we will air dry it in the air in the room temperature, and then we will activate the TLC plate in the oven, means our plate have been dried. Now what happened? Plate is prepared. Means what is it mean? Plate is prepared means stationary phase is prepared. Now what will happen? Now we will need a sample. So first of all we will have to select a sample. Suppose in case of phytochemistry you have to go for the extraction part first. After extraction with the particular solvent, only then you will prepare a sample of that particular extract. Okay, so with the help of capillary you will take a particular amount of sample and mark a spot in the TLC, and remember this thing, spotting area should not be merged in mobile phase, otherwise it will dissolve all the sample that you placed on your TLC plate. Okay, and after the running of this sample on the plate, you have to develop a tank. This is nothing but a developing tank or developing chamber is there. You have to put your TLC plate in this chamber, but not in the empty chamber. First of all you have to prepare a mobile phase in this chamber. This empty chamber you have to prepare a mobile phase, because in this step you have prepared a stationary phase and now you need a mobile phase. Only then chromatography will be achieved. Yes, you have a sample too. You will prepare a sample already. Okay, so you will prepare a particular mobile phase, and mobile phase is prepared as per your sample. Which type of sample you are going to screen or visualize or identify, based upon that you will use the particular mobile phase. Particularly in case of pharmacognosy, there are different type of mobile phase for alkaloids, for tannins, for flavonoids. For each and every metabolites we have different type of mobile phases. So always remember one thing, choice of the mobile phase is the most critical step in the TLC, otherwise you will not be going to see any separation. I think this is clear. So development tank is there, so you will develop your TLC in the chamber. So in this way, suppose this is a chamber. Basically, these are the chambers, glass chamber we are using in the laboratory. Suppose this is a glass chamber. So you will put your plate here up to a particular height. Remember this thing again. Spotting area should not be immersed in the mobile phase. Okay, then you cover the mobile phase, the lid of your developing chamber, and you will start going to observe your TLC plate in this way. And after that you will dry your TLC plate again, and you will visualize your TLC plate in different methods. Like in this case, you will observe your plate in the UV light, and there are different development techniques of the TLC plate. Okay, so there are different methods, like there are non-specific methods. You can basically, there are two types, destructive and non-destructive. Here it is not given. So destructive method, in this method you use a sulfuric acid reagent. There are different type of reagent for different plant metabolite. If I say phytochemistry, we have different spraying reagents, they are called, for different metabolites. Like spray reagent for alkaloids are different, or flavonoids are different. So we use different visualizing agents or using different detecting agent to observe our TLC plate. Okay, so yes, just see here, destructive, non-destructive means iodine chamber. This will not destruct your TLC plate. Your TLC plate will remain fine. Okay, and destructive method will destruct your TLC plate. After that you will not able to reuse that plate. And finally you will calculate the RF value. RF value is nothing but is the distance traveled by substance divided by the distance traveled by the solvent. So in this case, your RF value will be achieved of each and every compound. So let's see the applications. Yes, it is used for the purity of the sample. It is used for the examination of any analytical reaction. Yes, it is TLC. Yes, TLC is used for the identification of compounds, biochemical analysis in pharmaceutical industry, in separation of different multi-component formulation and food, as well as in the cosmetic industry. So I again request you, after this video I am preparing a practical demonstration video of TLC. Do watch that particular video, only then you will able to clear all your doubts. Okay, before ending this video, please see different components of apparatus that is used in the TLC. So these are various apparatuses used in the TLC. TLC apparatus is there. This is known as the spreader. Okay, this is this spreader, and this is the TLC rack. Here, after the slurry preparation, after the preparation of TLC plates, we will put our plates in this rack and then air dry for 10 minutes and then put in the oven for the activation. Okay, this is the glass chamber or the developing chamber. This bottle is used for the spraying. In the visualization method, in the detection method, we have to prepare different reagents. So we will put the reagent in this, and we will, with the help of this, we will spray our particular reagent. This is TLC rack, the developing chamber, again sprayer, spreader. Here these are the glass plated TLC. So these TLC plates are put on a particular base, a particular perspex base, a plastic perspex base. Here it is. So this is the particular plastic perspex base, and in this base we will put our TLC plates in this way: 1 plate, 2 plate, 3 plate, 4 plate, and this is the spreader, and we will put the slurry in this and we will spread it to our TLC plates. And after that we will put the plate in the room temperature for 10 minutes, and after that activation part is there. We have to put the plate in the oven, hot air oven, for at least 120 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. Yes, we need these capillaries. TLC specially made TLC capillaries for the sporting part. So with the help of this capillary, we will acknowledgement. I welcome you all in the next video tutorial in the TLC series. So this is the last video that we are going to cover the thin layer chromatography, that is the advantages and disadvantages part. So after watching this video, you will be able to know about the various advantages and disadvantages of TLC. So without wasting any time, let's start. So as we have covered the thin layer chromatography concept, that is the TLC, and we know TLC, or you can say chromatography, is used or widely used for the identification, purification, yes, separation and isolation purpose. So yes, TLC is a simple and time saving way to serve or to separate various analytes, or you can say various mixtures. So TLC is widely used in the separation of plant pigments, in the identification of different type of plant secondary metabolites like alkaloids, glycosides, flavonoids. We have TLC media or the TLC procedure for every metabolite. Just say for example flavonoids. Yes, we have a different mobile phase for flavonoids. We have different detecting or spraying reagent for flavonoids. In the same way, we have different spraying reagent for alkaloid, for glycoside, etc., etc., so further, so on. So yes, TLC is widely used in the phytochemistry. So let's see, it is the method to separate non-volatile compounds. Okay, just like alkaloids, glycoside, carbohydrates, etc. Next is the, it can possible to identify the unknown analytes by compared with the standard. This is very important. If you have applied a sport and without any standard, then there is a no meaning of TLC. Always remember one thing, you have to apply a standard support of a particular compound. Suppose अगर आपने TLC लगाई किसी सैंपल की, सपोज आपने TLC प्रैक्टिकल परफॉर्म किया लैब में क्लव ऑयल का, आपने लौंग का तेल लिया, उसमें आपने सबसे पहले आपको, जैसे कि हम लोग कर चुके हैं, यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर अ सैंपल. सबसे पहले आपने सैंपल प्रिपेयर किया. सैंपल प्रिपरेशन के बाद जब आपने स्पोर्टिंग लगाई तो उस टीएलसी प्लेट पे यू हैव टू अप्लाई टू स्पोर्ट्स. वन इज ऑफ, यस, इज ऑफ क्लव ऑयल एंड यू हैव टू अप्लाई अनदर स्पोर्ट is of your standard. And we know in case of clove, eugenol is the most important compound, is a marker compound of clove. So you have to apply the sport of eugenol also to compare with it your oil. Only then it will help us to know about the quality of your product also. Okay, so TLC has an advantages also, that it helps in the only in the qualitative analysis of natural products like oils, not the quantitative analysis. It is only the qualitative parameter. It just gives a brief idea or the preliminary idea about the quality of the product that are using in your laboratory, like oils or any other drugs, crude drugs. Suppose this is the TLC plate. So just see this one, this plate. This is in the UV light. So this is the under the UV light. We use two type of UV light in the TLC: long UV and short UV. Long UV, that is 366 nanometer wavelength, and the short UV is 254 nanometer. So suppose this is your TLC plate in the UV light and in the normal ordinary light. So what does it infer? It means that as these compounds, they lies at the same RF value, say we assume that they might be the same compound. We cannot 100% sure that yes, these are the same compound or the pure compound, but the only after the spectroscopic analysis we will say yes, this is the same compound. But it TLC gives a preliminary idea. If they are having the same RF value, it will give us an idea that these compound might be same. Okay, let's see this image. So again, TLC of a particular compound is done. So this TLC, suppose you have to mark two compound. This is the first compound, that is the mixture that is the present in the particular plant So TLC is putting here that this is the result. It will get separated because the chromatography is the main aim is to separation identification. So this is separated into these compounds. So let's see, yes, one compound, two, three, four, five, or six. But we cannot say that yes, this extract containing only 6 compounds. We cannot say that. Remember this thing. We say that we will say this extract might contain 6 compounds. Okay, because suppose, just see this, suppose this is your a compound, but this might be a mixture of 2 to 3 compounds, because when you will see in the reverse phase chromatography, or when you will go for the spectroscopic analysis of this extract, you will able to see the other compounds that is present in this particular sport. Okay, so it doesn't mean that one sport means one compound. We cannot say that, but yes, we can say that it might contain a single sport means a single compound in a general sense. Okay, but only after the spectroscopic analysis we are sure about it. So just see this. This is the extract sport. This is the standard compound that you having put here. So look at this. So we assume that, does this plant extract contain, yes, this compound. So always remember one thing, if you have isolated something, then you have to compare it with the standard. That's what I am trying to say. You have to always compare with the standard. Suppose this is the club. Suppose, just assume that this is club oil. Suppose you have to put the sample of the club oil here and it shows these compounds. And yes, you have to put the sample of eugenol here, and if it shows at the same RF value, then we will say yes, this your sample contain eugenol. Yes, the sample is good because eugenol is the main active component present in the club, and yes, it contain eugenol, but it only gives us a qualitative idea. No quantitative analysis has been done. Quantitative analysis is only done by using different chromatography like GC, or you can say spectroscopic analysis done. Okay, so TLC gives us an qualitative estimation. So let's see the disadvantage. The temperature and humidity can affect yes, these are alter the result of TLC. Okay, the results are non-reproducible as compared to HPLC, because HPLC is sophisticated instrument. Yes, it's a lengthy procedures are done, and you have to select the adequate mobile or stationary phases. Okay, and it is a manual process and not the automatic. Yes, there is the automatic form of the TLC known as the HPTLC. Okay, we will do it in the later stage also, HPTLC. Okay, just see another slide of advantages and disadvantages. This is from this reference. I will include in the reference section also. Advantages: any type of mixture can be separated from TLC. Okay, any quantity of mixture. Okay, automation is possible, but only in case of HPTLC. Okay, yes, it is a time consuming, more amount of mobile phase, more solvent is required, and the automation is quite complex. It is only achieved in case of HPTLC, not in the TLC. See another slide. You can do only the advantage disadvantage of TLC in this case. Okay, so TLC advantages: easy to perform, no instrumentation required, very low cost, and disadvantages are desalting required. We will do in the next video what is this step. Okay, then only the qualitative analysis. Okay, only it helps to identify the quality of the particular sample, like we have discussed in the case of club. Okay, next is the disadvantage is the next is related to the carbohydrates. Basically this is related to the carbohydrate. Next is the expertise required for interpretation, but not so much expertise required. Okay, you can skip this. So these are the very reference that we have used preparation of this video. So I think this is more than sufficient. Just give a brief idea about the advantages and disadvantages of TLC. See you in the next video. Thank you for your patience and listening.